I'm 20 years old. And it just hit me like I could still think back like it was yesterday. Like it was yesterday I was out on the football field in Western Pennsylvania. It was just yesterday we was playing at Heinz Field in the Whippeals, right? It was just yesterday, you know, me and the guys were going out, we eating Waffle House, just doing, shit that you do in high school, and mess around with some chicks. It felt like it was just yesterday. And I thought to myself, man, in 10 years, I'm going to be 30, bro. In 10 years, I'm going to be 30. And it hits you even harder because I can remember when my parents were 30, right? Or in their early 30s at least. I can remember when my parents were in their early 30s. I have memories from that time period. So it's just like, whoa, I'm already there. Almost, Now I'm 21, almost 22 years old now. And it's like, I still feel the same way. But what happened that day on my 20th birthday, what happened to me was a switch clicked. I immediately started taking everything more serious. I immediately started taking college more serious. I immediately started taking what I wanted to do with my life long term serious. I started actually thinking, okay, I broke my foot senior year. I hadn't played ball in a while. Realistically speaking, there's a good chance that I'm probably never going to play football again. What else am I going to do now? Because I never had anything else in mind other than just playing sports. So it's like, that's when it really hit me. And I always remember people telling me I had time. But when I turned 20, I just got this sense of urgency now. And, now I'm doing better. I dropped out of college. I'm making well over 6 figures on my normal job. And I still want to build other things. But even now, I still have such a sense of urgency. I can't stay still. But let's see what this guy has to say about his experience. This is older gentleman, Willie McKinney. Shout out to him and his channel. Go check him out. Right here, he's got 30K. Let's see what he has to say.
To get where you need to get in life. That motivation is simply this, young man. You are going to fucking die. That motivation is simply this, young man. You are going to fucking die. You're going to fucking die one day. And I know a lot of you don't think about that because when I was 20 something, I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it at all. Death and dying was something that my grandparents did or people their age did. But it certainly wasn't for me. I was in tip-top shape. I felt good. I was just living life. The last thing that I was thinking about in this world was death and dying. And today, young people are dying even faster or at a much quicker clip than older people are. So that should be motivating.
That is true. Whether they're dying, and I don't know if it's the food or what it is, but a lot more young people have been getting sick. Growing up, you would see cancer, you would see the diabetes, all these different diseases and medical issues, heart problems, things that usually come around in your later years. Now we've seen such an increase, especially since COVID. I'm not saying the jab had anything to do with it. I'm just saying a lot of young people have been victim to sickness now. I don't know if it's the food. I don't know if it's GMOs, different things. I'm not really into that deep, although I do try to eat healthier most times, but he's not lying. And I'm not even addressing all the violence and things like that, but
motivation enough for you, right? That there's coming a day, and every day you live, you're getting closer to that day that you are going to die. But here's one that's worse than that. Maybe you don't die early and you live and you end up in the position that I'm in now, where you wake up one day and you realize that you are closer to death than you were 20 some years ago. I am 55 years old, young man. 20 more years, maybe 15, 20 more years. I'm not here anymore. I am gone. I'm in the dirt, right?
That's deep, bro. That's so deep when you really think about it. Like, the time we have on this earth. And I've never been a big bar guy. I've never been a big club guy. I've never even been to a club outside of when I was younger and my parents owned the club. I never actually took it upon myself when I turned 21. Oh, let's go party. Let's go hit the club. Let's go. No. When I turned 21, I went to the cigar lounge. We got some cigars. Me and a few of the guys, we smoked some cigars, but I'm not going to the club, bro. I'm not trying to be in the mix, bro. I'm not trying to get drunk every day, bro. Like, and I get people all the time. I remember when I was working on oil rigs for a short period of time. Joe, it was another guy a little bit younger than me. Joe, come on, Joe. We got to hit the club tonight, Joe. They love the oil rig workers, Joe. I'm like, nah, bro, you got it. You got it, bro. What does me going to the club do for my future? Does it help me perform at work better? Am I going to find a suitable partner at a club? No. What return would I get for investing that much time in a fucking club? I've never seen anyone turn 50 years old and say, I wish I would spend more time partying and drinking and smoking and in the club and doing all whatever, I've never, ever seen that. I remember when I worked for Turner Industries in West Baton Rouge. People in Baton Rouge, y'all know what I'm talking about. When I worked for Turner Industries, I worked with a lot of older guys, and that was the first time I really got a glimpse at what life can turn into if you waste time. There were some people there who've been there forever. Some of them liked it. Some of them wish they could have done something else. There were some people there who were just starting out, and they were a lot older than me, in their 50s. And they were just starting out, and I was making more money than them. And that dawned upon me, and I said to myself, imagine if they were locked into their purpose from the time they were my age. At the time, I was 18, 19 years old. But let's continue. Let's see what else this gentleman has to say.
And what you realize, young men, is that you have wasted a good amount of your life. You've wasted a good amount of your life, and you're up against time. See, that's where I'm at right now, young man, at 55 years old. See, the light bulb has went off for me. The light bulb has went off for me, and I realize that I am going to die of money at it. This would have been the time that it would have took.
I'm not going to watch the whole thing because the video is 17 minutes long, so we're not going to watch the entire thing, but we're going to get the gist of where he's going with this.
Dirt. So it's an emergency for me now. It doesn't have to be one for you. It doesn't have to be an emergency for you. You can start now. You can start now putting your life together, taking your time serious. You can start.
You know how many people I know personally that do not take their time serious whatsoever? You know how many people I know personally who I've tried to get people to take their time serious forever. No one wants to do it anymore. I don't know why Gen Z is like this, and I'm a part of it, so I don't want to say, too much bad about them, but at the same time, I have to be realistic and have to be real with you people as well. A lot of Gen Z doesn't want to work. I said it. There it is. A lot of Gen Z does not want to work. As someone who sometimes I'm putting in anywhere from 65 to 76 hours a week just at my normal job. Then I have little stuff I do on the side. I got my crypto that I'm into real deep. I'm in my bag on that, you know. It's looking real nice, you know, and there's been times where, I kid you not, I have sent people bank statements showing, hey, I made $15,000 this month. Hey, look, you can do this. Hey, you could come here and work with me. Hey, if you get on this plan and you listen to what I'm telling you, hey, look, you see I sent people the results multiple times. I've sent people the results because I understood that I can't just come to you and tell you, hey, this is going to work. This is how to do it. I had to have the results myself. And so even with those results, they still aren't motivated. And me personally, even with my results, which I think are pretty small, I see other people who are doing it so much bigger and better, and it just lights a fire in me, bro. Like, I can't sleep that much, bro. I can't even sleep that much. It's part of the reason why I started this. I can't sleep that much, bro. There's so much urgency within me already. And I understand this gentleman saying he feels like he's against time. I feel like I'm against time right now, and I'm only 21, man.
Now. So when you get to where I'm at, it's not an emergency. You've done the work. You've learned it. You've mastered it. Now you coasting with it. That's what happens when you use time wisely, right? That's what happens if you don't die before your time. If you die, it's a non-issue anyway, right? But if you live, you're in the position that I'm in right now. Looking back saying, you know what? How great I could have been. How great I could have been. Men, I could have been a beast at so many things, but I wasted time. I was distracted by everything. I didn't take time serious, right? I didn't even think about it. Like I'm telling you guys, I didn't think about the fact that there's going to come a time where I am going to be almost 60 years old, right? I am over the time of a life expectancy. I think life expectancy now for men is like 69. I am over half of that, right? Looking back, going what I could have done and how I should have done. I don't want that for you young men. So yeah, I can tell you all.
I saw a short portion of this video before I put it up to review today, and I'm receiving his message. And one of the main reasons I wanted to have this in the show today is because I want others my age. Sometimes me saying it isn't good enough. I want others to receive this message, man. Bro, this shit is not forever, bro. You know, the money. Don't get me wrong. I get a lot of money. I love getting money. Hobbies. All these things, bro, like, unless you're building for the future, the hobbies, the girls, the drinking, the degenerate shit, let's be real. A lot of you motherfuckers are out there jacking off 10 times in a week. A lot of you motherfuckers are out here doing a bunch of degenerate shit with your time. Think about this. Every time you roll and smoke a blunt, I want you to think about how much time it took you to buy it, how much energy it took you to contact the guy, to buy it, to roll it, to smoke it, and the time you spend chilling after you smoke it. I want you to think about that for the weed smokers. I'm not against weed. I'm not going to say I've never smoked weed. I'd be lying to you. What I am saying is, you don't have time for that right now, bro. You don't have time for that right now, bro. Not everybody is a fucking rapper, all right? You're going to have to find a high-paying job. A lot of times, those jobs drug test. I'm sorry to break it to you, young man. From one young man to another. I'm sorry to break it to you. A lot of times, those jobs drug test, bro. And if you want to move up, bro, if you want to start really making money, if you want to start really building for the future, You gotta kick that shit to the side for now, bro. And I'm not saying that you can't be successful while on weed. There's plenty of examples. But we're talking about the rule, not the exceptions. And the rule typically is the more degenerate shit you do, which it is a degenerate behavior, it's not necessarily always a destructive behavior, but it is a degenerate behavior. The more time you waste doing degenerate shit that does not contribute to your future, it's the more time you get pushed back. You get kicked down the road. And people like me are just gonna keep kicking your ass. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, man. I make money, bro. Like, I make money and I invest. And then I go to work and the money I make from that, I invest so that money can make me more money. It's called building blocks. And people always say, I might show them some different things and they're like, dang, you're not going to spend none of it? Fuck no, I'm not going to spend none of it. I'm not a millionaire yet. Why the fuck would I spend my money? I could go and buy the Audi right now that I want. But I'm still going to work. Over half of my time is spent at work. I'm not going to be in the Audi all fucking day. So why would I go and cash out on an Audi unless I'm doing it for like credit purposes or whatever? I don't know, but why would I go and cash out on an Audi, which is a symbol? Let's get this right. Cars are a symbol. They're a status symbol. It's not nothing wrong with that. Live your life. But I'm just saying, why would I do that when I can go and put it in the stock market? I can go and put it in the crypto market. And in 3 years' time, that money could be then tripled, man. The way the market is right now, especially with Trump in office, this is the best time to be invested in the market right now. But you niggas is in lines for some J's. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
You need to do this and you need.
Let's skip a little further on this.
And the regret that I have in my life right now, and it's not like the regret is stopping me. It's not. I'm still doing the things that I need to do. But young men, the light bulb came on too late. And I am begging you guys, I am imploring you guys to don't let the light bulb come on too late in your life. Listen, you may not be able to receive it from your father. You may not be able to receive it from somebody close to you. But listen, I don't know you. I don't know you from Adam, right? But trust me when I tell you that if there isn't one motivation that should get you off of your ass and get you in gear now in your life, it is the fact that you are going to die.
I hope you received it, man. What people don't realize as well, and I'm still on this a little bit because it just hits so close to home for me. I remember when I was a youngin', and I'm gonna be completely transparent here. When I was a youngin', which I still am, but let's trace it back 3 years ago, fresh out of high school, right? And I would still smoke weed sometimes, right? Around this time, I was still 18. Even after that, I did sometimes, It was probably a year after that, but that's besides the point. It never occurred to me that if someone came to me and said, hey, we got this great opportunity here, Joe. There's great opportunity for advancement in this job. And all you have to do is put down the weed and be competent in what you're doing in life. There was never a time when I said to myself, oh, I like smoking weed more than I like getting money. I like smoking weed, or I like doing drugs, or I like drinking, or I like partying, or I like clubbing, or I like being degenerate more than I like getting money, becoming successful, and making something of myself that not only I can be proud of, but that the man up above and my grandmother could be proud of. And so there's always something deep inside of me personally that when I do certain things, if I know I shouldn't be doing them, or if I know it's something that's very disappointing, that would be disappointing to God or to ones that I love, I feel resentment within myself for even doing it. And there's so many people out here that I knew and know personally. I came to them with job opportunities that I was thinking about taking, and some of them I did take, where they could have been making 6 figures, and all they had to do was apply themselves, become more competent and knowledgeable, and put down the fucking weed. And they would not do it. They wouldn't do it. Still to this day. But you can't save everyone. And I had to realize that myself. You know, I saw myself elevate to a certain level. And all the people that was with me when I was down here, I'm trying to take them with me. And I realized you can't save everyone, man.
I'm doing video stuff. I'm researching. I got a coach. We talking. We doing all of this activity, all of this stuff that I'm doing now. What would have happened? How would I have been? What could I have been if I would have done this 20 years ago? See, I'm up against time now, and that's my motivation.
The time is now, man. The time is now. Make sure you hit a like. Make sure you guys follow. Make sure you guys sub, all that good shit, man.